Now suppose we wanted to solve a complex problem like determining how many Hershey's Kisses it takes to get to the center of the planet. Something like that, it would be an excellent time for us to use the systematic approach to solving chemistry problems. Now, the way that these typically work out, and let me be clear, this isn't something we have to memorize. This is just a good strategy for solving these sort of problems. First thing we want to do is decide what our problem is and come up with some sort of a question statement. So here the example question would say, well, how many Hershey's Kisses does it take to get to the center of the planet? Now we have a complete and clear question to ask. How many of something to some place? I know that I'm talking about distances. And from that I need to start finding out some information. So that's going to be my plan. I need to figure out what information I need, and I'm also going to need to determine what conversions are necessary. How big is a Hershey's Kiss? We need to measure that in order to have a size for it. How far to the center of the planet? What are we going to decide about for our distance to the center? Are we measuring it at the equator, at the poles? Are we using an average radius of the planet? How do we want to define that? That's going to be something that we're going to be doing during the plan phase. So we're going to look up all that information that we need. Next thing we're going to do is implement our plan and determine an answer. So here's where we would actually say, okay, I've measured a Hershey's Kiss to be 23.0 centimeters. And I've determined that the distance to the center of the Earth is some number. I'm going to then use that distance. I'm going to convert it from, probably in kilometers. We'll convert that to meters, then to centimeters, and then convert that to the number of Hershey's Kisses. Now we're going to check our order of magnitude. If we find out that I need 0.3 or 0.0003 Hershey's Kisses to get to the center of the planet, we obviously have a problem. We know it's going to take a large number of Hershey's Kisses to get to the center of the planet. It's not going to be a small number. So that's one of our reality checks. We can make sure that we don't have a negative sign somewhere, because obviously we don't end up with negative candies. That sort of a thing. That's the way that we'll approach things using the systematic approach to solving chemistry problems. Again, this is a strategy. It is not something I'm going to ask for you to recite, and it's not something you need to make flashcards and memorize.